welcome to the 94th installment of Em Alejandro, your number one place for sports, cars, video games, fitness. If you're a man, you're here. Mr. Alejandro, but tell him.
What you about to tell him, Alejandro?
I'm about to tell him about my top 5 running backs in the NFL.
Tell him, Alejandro!
TA drinkers, big episode here. It is officially December 17th, 2014, and it's the 1-year anniversary of Em Alejandro. So congratulations to us. And mañana, December 18th, is Mr. Alejandro's birthday. So make sure you show me some love. Now, let's get to the top 5 running backs in the NFL. Number 5, I got Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell has impressed me this season. What surprises me, honestly, is his size. Because of the way that he plays with a lot of mobility. He's a phenomenal cutter. He has good vision. I thought that he would be a little bit smaller than what he is. He's 6'1", 244 pounds. That's phenomenal. I thought he was a small dude. Combined with the fact that he can play some wide receiver. He can come out the backfield. He can even line up in the slot position. Great hands. He's got to stop sparking up, though. You're an athlete. Be a man and act like it. Other than that, he's had a great season. Shout out to Le'Veon Bell.
Shout out!
Number 4, I got Matt Forté. I feel like Matt Forté does not get shown enough love, so I'm definitely going to show him his love now.
Even though your bow tie game is soft.
I feel like Matt Forté does everything. Catches the football, runs the football well, runs with power, cuts, good vision. Does mad stuff for the Chicago Bears. Unfortunately, they're having a horrific season, but I see you, Matt Forté, out there. He also blocks, too. He's one of the few running backs in the NFL that can play on every single down. Today in the NFL, most of the teams have a multiple running back system where they have a running back for one thing, running back for another. None of that out there in Chicago. Matt Forté does it all. Shout out to Matt Forté.
Shout out!
Number 3, I got Jamaal Charles.
Nice.
Here's what surprises me about Jamaal Charles. His explosiveness is phenomenal. His speed.
And his bow tie game is strong.
He ran track in college, and I definitely noticed it. Go look at his career statistics, and you'll see his yards per carry is way over 5 yards. So every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to go to the house. Catches the ball, runs the ball, doesn't matter. So he is definitely a top 5 running back in the NFL. Number 2, I got the wife stealer. DeMarco Murray. He's having a great 2014 NFL season. He's leading the lead in rushing yards this season with over 1,600 yards. He recently injured his hand and he had surgery. I hope that he's okay because the Dallas Cowboys definitely will need him if they plan to succeed. Now me, being a New York Giants fan, of course I want to see the Dallas Cowboys lose, but I never root for someone to get hurt. So DeMarco Murray, get healthy. And also, if you're going to steal somebody's wife, please, at least steal a juicy wife. She wasn't even all that popping, just saying. Now, my number 1 running back in the NFL right now is, drum roll please, Mr. Skittles. Marshawn Lynch. I think Marshawn Lynch is a beast. What impresses me is his consistency, his longevity, and his inability to get tackled by one defender. There is not a single defender that can tackle Marshawn Lynch by himself. You must gang tackle him. He is so ferocious. He won't go down. I love Marshawn Lynch. I love how he plays, and it's a shame that Seattle Seahawks are going to cut him after this season, but they got to give the big bucks to Russell Wilson. I understand, and this is a salary cap league, so hey, can't keep everybody. It is what it is. Now, here are 2 running backs that have the potential to be in Mr. Alejandro's top 5, but didn't make it. Number 1, I got Arian Foster. What upsets me about Foster is his durability. He's one of my fantasy running backs, which, by the way, on both my teams, I'm going to the championship round, so shout out to me.
Shout out!
Now, Arian Foster, I wish he can get a little bit healthy. He always has a hamstring situation or a knee situation, and it sucks because when he's healthy, he is a top 5 running back in the NFL. Foster, if you stay healthy next season, you just might make it in Mr. Alejandro's top 5.
And his bow tie game is strong.
Another running back that did not make it in Mr. Alejandro's top 5 is LeSean McCoy. It was hard to leave McCoy off the list and put Bell over McCoy because McCoy's cuts, in my opinion, are the best cuts in the NFL today. He is phenomenal, superb. He's running one way, on a dime. He'll stop and just turn the other way, and he's gone. But not everybody can make it in the top 5, man. And I felt like Bell's similar skill set to McCoy's, combined with Bell's size advantage, had to make me put Bell over McCoy. Now here are a few running backs that I'm going to make note of. Number 1, Adrian Peterson. He is the best running back in the NFL, but I got a problem with Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson was doing a bunch of nonsense with his child, busting up his 4-year-old child. I ain't really had no problem with that because I'm half Trini. And in my family, we basically call that, yo, you giving your child licks. It is what it is. But what I had a problem with was the fact that Peterson was busting his child with a tree and busting up his 4-year-old child and leaving lacerations on the boy's private parts. I feel like that's unacceptable, so you can't make it on Mr. Alejandro's top 5 for that. Then when Adrian Peterson got in trouble, he was basically like, yeah, well, I did nothing wrong. I have a problem with Adrian Peterson not acknowledging that he did something wrong at first. Eventually, over time, he acknowledged that he made a mistake. It is what it is. I gave everybody a second chance. So, Adrian, next season, maybe you can make it in my top 5. As for now, just go away, please.
Go away, son.
Next up, Frank Gore. My man Frank Geezy for the San Francisco 49ers is having a tough season. And similar to Marshawn Lynch, the San Francisco 49ers are going to cut Frank Gore after the season. I think it's a damn shame. His longevity has been phenomenal. He's been one of the best running backs in the NFL for almost 10 years. He's one of the 3 running backs out of the U, along with Clinton Portis and Willis McGahee from that championship team way back in the day. So shout out to Frank Geezy. I'll see you.
Shout out!
Next up is
Cucaracha.
Darren Sproles. I feel like Darren Sproles is very electric. He's a playmaker. If he touches the rock, he's going to let cats know he's quick and tiny, but he'll find a way to get in that hole. I like Darren Sproles, and if I was building a team, I would definitely have Darren Sproles on my squad. And last but certainly not least is Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy has top 5 potential, but I feel like I want to see more from him. This season, I want to see him go for like 1,400 yards. He's had a pretty good season. He ain't no bum. He got off to a slow start, and as the season went along, of course, he started to get more burned because the season starts in September, and the colder the weather gets, the more you're going to want to pound the rock, burn the clock, and get in the field goal range. So the Packers had to work on that running game. Shout out to Eddie Lacy, and one of these days, eventually, I do believe he will make it in Mr. Alejandro's top 5. There you have it, folks. Mr. Alejandro's top 5 running backs in the NFL. Feel free to agree, disagree, and give me your own list. Tell them in the comments.
Tell them.
Tonight's bow tie is brought to you by Countess Mara. It's black and white, and you better not get me tight. Tune in for more sports, cars, video games, fitness, and all that. Follow at Tell Em Alejandro to hear my immediate reaction to live sports events. Or if you want to hear me cover a certain team or topic, tell them. Outro music. Yeah, get it.
It's Mr. Alejandro's top 5. It's Mr. Alejandro's top 5. Tell him. Yo, top 5. Gotta tell him. Yo, top 5. It's Mr. Alejandro's 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 top 5. Mr. Alejandro's top 5. To top 5. To top 5.
T-E-A.
Tell him.
T-E-A.
Tell him.
T-E-A.
Tell him.
T-E-A.
Top 5.